Hello and welcome to St. Francois State Park. I'm going to be doing the Mooners Hollow Trail. That is a 2.9 mile loop apparently. And we've been here before. I just don't think we've ever got it on tape. Creek's flowing pretty good. Sarai's on the other side with the dogs. It has been a while since we've done this. Trying to remember the last time hike that I've done. I think the last thing I did was... What was the last thing I did?
Probably Silent.
I remember. It was the kayak. I kayaked Lake Jacksonville. I did a video of that. So, yeah, sheesh, that was the summer. So yeah, it's been, whew. I mean, it's February now, February 2025. So, it's been probably 6 months. Had to get the dogs out. They've been cooped up for a long time and are, as you can tell, frantic. I've been cooped up as well. Cooped up and frantic. And needing to get out because a lot of things may be changing in my life and I'm relieving a lot of stress with this trip. I've been looking forward to this for a while now, especially the entire month of January. It's been bitterly cold in the Midwest and snowy, icy. So this is our first time to get out after pretty much everything's melted. And, get out and enjoy nature. I think they're pretty much, I mean, the parking lot was empty, so we're the only ones out here. I wanted to go somewhere where I could let the dogs run free. We could have went closer to St. Louis, but we would have had to keep the dogs on a leash the whole time because those are much more popular trails. Originally, we were going to go down to Tom Sock and start at the Scour Trail, but we just decided we didn't want to do the extra hour of driving back and forth. Well, hour there, hour back. And I have a friend who's turning 50 today, so I'm going to go celebrate his birthday with him and the rest of my friends. So that should be fun. Oh, we got a pretty good amount of mud on this trail. A little muddier than I was hoping it would be. I maybe should have grabbed my trekking poles. Yeesh. You can see the mud. At least I'm wearing my good shoes, not my regular shoes. So that should help a little bit. Luther trying to go on an adventure. I know we've done this trail before, but it must have been a long time ago because I don't...
A long time because every time we come here, this is like the most popular trail here.
But we haven't been here with Luther and Jesse, have we?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Every time we brought them here, it's been too full. And remember, we almost got a parking ticket the last time we tried to park in the garage.
Yeah.
It was full, we just couldn't come out.
Well, we had gotten a warning Let's go. Geesh. My pups won't let me just stop and take in the sights, which one of my principal criticisms of myself on all of these is that I don't stop enough and take in the sights. So I'm trying to do more of that, even though shooting through branches is not easy. And I apparently can't read. I'm trying to do things differently. I should probably say, because I don't think I've ever really mentioned this before in my 7+ years of running this channel. I have attention deficit disorder, and I've had it my entire life. And it causes me to obsess over things. It also causes me to lock into tasks and goals and not really take enough time to allow myself to experience things. It's something I have to kind of willfully fight against, but I am not great at that. I lose that battle constantly. So I'm going to start working on that, because I really do want to enjoy my hikes, my trips out in nature. I don't want it to feel like it's a chore, or it's a job, something I can't look forward to. So in future, you'll see me tackling that, successfully or unsuccessfully. I wish I would have grabbed my little clamp and cell phone holder, because then I would have brought my poles and attached it to it and been able to hold it. But it's still attached to that cart in the kitchen. The one I was using to set this up to, yeah. The funny thing is that these hikes that we do sometimes get more views than our last few AT trips. It's weird how the algorithm works. Yeah. Are you sure? Almost seems like it loops. Huh?
I think it is a loop.
Don't have a map for this trail, at least not one that I have available to me at the moment. It might be able to pull one up on all trails, but I'm using my phone to tape, so don't know if this is the start of a loop or something else. But at 2.9 miles, it's not very concerning. I mean, outside of the one trail, the 10-mile trail, most of these trails are just kind of like, simple footpaths in the woods. Nice chill out experience. I mean, that's why that's so popular, because on a strenuousness level, it's not strenuous at all. But even an experienced hiker needs to get out and just soak up nature from time to time. Doesn't always have to be a challenge. We are planning a, well, I'll get to that later. Oh boy, we gotta, oh no, we're just going around it. I thought we were gonna have to cross this. Water's flowing pretty good. I gotta say.
Yeah, I think this is probably a pretty good flow compared to what I've seen it before here. Sometimes it's okay, but
I don't know, it's been so long since we've been here. I mean, we've had Jesse for 4 years. Keep messing that up. The one thing they don't tell you when you get older is how time just flies by so rapidly. You just blink and then 5 years have passed. We were on our way here and I was freaking out because there's a Dollar General now along the highway that leads to here, just outside of the turnoff for this place, and there never used to be one there before.
Dollar General kind of sprung up overnight.
Just like I'm starting to understand how old people feel. Things just change and you're not aware of it, and then you look up one day and everything's different. You wonder when did that happen?
Louie. Louie.
He's just checking ahead to make sure we're fine. You're good, buddy. It's a uniquely solitary experience this time. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. I always say that the video, pictures, everything just don't do it justice. Oh, girl. Oh, she struggled to climb up that. Poor thing. Ooh. Nice little views on this elevated little path above the creek. In all actuality, it is much warmer than it was when we started. I mean, this morning. I almost feel like this jacket's too much. You guys already tired? You already wore out? Speaking of the AT, Soraya and I are planning our next section. We're heading out from Fontana once again, but this time we're going to be going into the Smokies. I don't remember where our stopping point is, but I think it's a lot of miles if I'm not mistaken. I think we're going to be doing like 40 miles, something like that, maybe more on this leg. Well, I don't know. I kind of divided it out. I'm trying to remember how we did it, but nevertheless, we don't really have the whole details worked out. But we are planning for thinking about April. We're not sure if we want to be in anywhere close to the bubble for this year. So, and Soraya still has some PTO time she has to build up before she can take a full week off. But we're looking at April. If not April, we may have to push it back till later, depending on how certain situations work themselves out. This year is Soraya and I's 30-year wedding anniversary. We've been married for 30 years in July of this year. And as much as we'd like to do something to commemorate that, we've got a lot of stuff going on this year and a lot of things that have come up that may interfere with that. So things beyond our control. But we're gonna figure something out. Yeah, I gotta be careful. Also, I should mention that for anyone who's ever considering like going hiking and thinking, I can't do that, that's too much. I'm literally going couch to trail. I mean, almost quite literally. I mean, there's been hikes I've done since my last video, but I could easily say for the last 4 months, I don't think I hiked at all due to inclement weather and my scheduling. So yeah, this is like 4 months of near inactivity straight out to the trail. And yeah, I get it. I've been hiked for many years, but still, I mean, if you don't keep up with it, your muscles deteriorate. So I guess what I'm saying is trails like this, they're easy enough to go couch to trail. And definitely worth the experience. Like that was our first, I think, significant climb in the whole thing. And I did it one-handed. So I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying it's good to get out and experience this nature, the environment, especially if you can do it when not a lot of people are around, like in the summer. Unless that's your thing, you know. We prefer to experience these things in peaceful solitude. Ooh. Ooh, a little icy. Icy downhill. Oh yeah, you're gonna get the Jeep real muddy. What up? Oh my God, I just caught his underbelly. Ugh. Yeah, that's bad. We don't even have any towels or blankets or anything. Yeah, boy, that's gonna be dirty. B, emergency locator.
I think they did that. Isn't this where that guy a couple years ago got lost in the trail and got dying?
Are you kidding me, right?
No, I mean it was a trail that we do all the time. I know it's a real well-marked trail, but I don't know if he died off trail and got lost or what. And he had like, I think it was pulled out and he was dressed not warm because he was hot all here. But he was calling friends trying to get people in to help him. And then his battery was dead, and by the time they found him, he was froze to death. I don't know if it was here. I know it was somewhere right outside of St. Louis. It was one of the popular trails that we go to. I thought it was this one, but wrong. And one of the other ones.
Say 2.9 miles. How? You walk in any direction, just keep going in that direction, you're bound to run into something.
Younger guy too, I think he was like in his 30s, up to 30s.
I guess that's the thing, you know, people don't pay attention to what direction they're walking. They don't pay attention to the environment around them. It's like you kind of have to take stock of the landmarks around you. And like right now we're kind of walking in sort of like a, I don't want to say it's a canyon, but like a kind of like a valley along a creek. So if you got lost, what would you follow? Exactly. Because you knew when we came in, the creek passed by the parking lot. So you keep following that creek, you're going to eventually get back to, I mean, unless you're going in the wrong direction, but then you take cues from the sun. Like if we're hiking away from the sun to go deeper in, we start hiking toward the sun, we're going to find our way back. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a callous bastard or anything, but
Some people just take for granted that, I mean, when you're on a trail, you should really stay on trail.
right.
And I can understand getting mixed up and turned around. We've done that before. But once we've kind of gone a little ways, we always turn around and go back the way we came. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't know what. Obviously, it happens a lot. But,
I mean, I guess I could say if it was 20 degrees colder and I wasn't wearing a coat, I would never leave this trail.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be out here in the first place, but the last thing in the world I'd do is leave the trail. Because no matter what, the trail's going to lead you somewhere. I just think of all the things you'd have to ignore to put yourself in that situation on a trail this short. But it may not be here. It may be something like Chubb Loop or something that's longer. Lewis and Clark.
It was a shorter trail because he was out just doing a quick trail run.
But some of those trails around St. Louis interconnect with like Lewis and Clark and things like that are longer systems. Chubb, I think, it will take you all the way to Lone Elk if you're not careful.
Yeah.
That I could get, because that way you could hike from hours and hours and hours and then not realize like what you thought was a 3-mile trail is just dumped you off onto a 15-mile trail. I wonder if we cross over this creek.
Yeah, we can eventually end up over there.
We do? Seems familiar. Like the further in we get, the more familiar it seems, yeah.
I mean, I know we used to bring Terre here. We used to do this trail, I guess.
Hi, girl. Hello. It's not that far of a trail. Well, it's couched a trail for her too.
It always feels like it's giving out.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's a nerve thing. Yep. He's like, I ain't getting lost. By the way, the hat is my Christmas present from my wife. I always complained that I couldn't ever wear ball caps and hats because my head's so ginormous. Well, she went out and ordered a hat for me online from bighatstore.com, I think.
Lamood.
Huh?
Lamood.
What?
Lamood.
Lamood?
Big hat.
Oh, I thought you got it from Big Hat Store.
It's Lamood. Big hat.
Lamood Big Hats? I don't know. The email I always get is from bighatstore.com. But yeah, it fits my ginormous head. What am I, a size 8, 9? 8 3/4.
Pretty much the biggest you can get.
Yeah.
For a special order.
The biggest special order hat you can get. My head is giant. But I'm very grateful because
Where are you going?
even though it is weird to wear a hat, because it's kind of feels, it just feels like somebody's like lassoed my head. I'm not used to having that pressure.
You know where the trail goes.
But I do like having that block the sun and keep the top of my head a little warmer. So that's why you'll probably see a lot more of it. There you go, girl. There you go. Good girl. It's like cleaning myself off a little bit. I'm a muddy, muddy girl, just like Luther's a muddy, muddy guy. Post a picture, is like, why is there a cop behind you? Is that ice? Oh, now we're between. See, we got a creek over here and the creek we just went over. So we're actually on a little island shelf thing between creeks. That's pretty cool. I guess they converge right down there. Confluence. And I'm sure eventually we're going to get over to that side and make our way back. It sucks for us really because Missouri trails are in abundance and they're always much better than Illinois trails. And there's just nothing you can change about that because, you know, the region. Missouri is a lot of hills. The Ozark Mountains are in Missouri. Illinois isn't known for its mountains or hills. It's known for its farmland. I mean, you kind of get some okay trails occasionally, especially closer to the Mississippi, but, you know, we still have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to anything of any real note. So, should for any reason I have to move, we're taking suggestions on good states to move to. Good hiking, good overall atmosphere, proximity to hiking. Basically, very, very much interested in being closer to trails rather than farther away. This is interesting. Woo!
Nope, Luther. I shouldn't let him jumping off of that.
Oh, he's too smart to do that.
Well, did you see where Jessie almost jumped from earlier?
She was just checking it out. I don't know if we can. The limbs are kind of in the way, but yeah, I was thinking there might be. Come on, I know, I'm coming. Luther doesn't want to lose me. Let's see if I can. Hello guys, I'm coming. Let's go. What's up?
Two different trail systems here. We got one, something, I don't know what that is up there, but this is the blue trail coming us this way.
Interesting. Luther.
That's the trail.
Well, we got to go down there.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Stop for a minute.
As you can see, I'm standing in the creek because we got to cross over there. There's Hoots. I'm waiting on Soraya. Trying to clean the mud off my shoes. I got such a huge amount of buildup here. But I don't think this usually sees a lot of water when we normally have come. It's not deep. I mean, not really. My shoes are a little wet, but it's fine. But yeah, very, very interesting. I'm making my way across to the, oh. So, there's Soraya. There's Jessie. There she is. Oh. There's Soraya. You can cross over here. I just gotta. Oh! 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 Okay, it's a little slick. I'm gonna stop this. 1.8 miles. Shit. So we've only done 1 mile. There, now we get a really good shot of the little fall. Okay. We left the waterfall a little while ago. We're on the boring side now, away from the creek. Up a little bit in elevation. We got we had 1.8 miles when we crossed the creek to go, so. Huh?
It's probably been 0.8.
I don't think so we have. Not since we left the creek. You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been talking this whole time, so I haven't been taping, I've been talking. That's the way it be sometimes. I mean, I'm gonna shoot you folks straight. I don't do this for you guys. It's not like a slam or some condescension. It's like I accept the fact that our channel is not highly viewed, and I'm okay with that. Soraya and I watch these from time to time over the years and reflect back on trails we've done. That's really the only purpose it serves. So, but when I talk about the things I do on video, these are the things that annoy the two of us. Then when we watch them, like, you need to stop talking about water. You need to start focusing more on this and that. And that's true, because when you're watching a video, it's nothing but this angle. Whoa, this angle. You know, you're not seeing the trail, you're just seeing me. So more of this angle of the actual walking, I can continue talking. And I try not to talk about how much water we have, how much water we're going to have, how much water we need, where we can find water sources along the trail. I get it. I'm obsessive. So I'm making the promise, the big fat hike promise, that our next AT trip, I will not talk about water at all. I will only show us getting water. I will not talk about how much water we have or anything about water. Unless we have to cross water. Then I'll say, we're crossing some water. But nothing about drinking water. I may utter the words, we filtered some water. But this is part of my issue. When you're out here and you're hiking and you don't really have a whole lot going on because, you know, it's trees, it's trail, my mind wanders, and it wanders to the nearest thing to me, the nearest thing to think about, which is, how thirsty am I? But I also learned, you know, over some of these longer trips that I've done in the past, there's ways to mitigate that. There's ways to control that. Close your mouth. Keep it shut. Hike for a long time. You won't feel as thirsty. You employ that and it takes my mind off it. What it doesn't do is provide my mind with any stimulation to occupy the several hours a day I'd be out on a longer trail. I guess that's one of the nice things about shorter trail, though, is that you can take your time, stop, do all sorts of stuff. You don't have to be focused on making up time, you know, making time, making good time, getting from point A to point B at a certain amount of time. It's easier to just relax, take it all in and not care. We're doing a lot more uphill than we were before. So, yeah, we hear the road. But that's not really any indication of anything other than we're getting close to it. I still feel like we've got a ways to go. I mean, it's only been, what? I don't have the time. At most 30 minutes since we left the creek. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. I think the pups are getting really tired. They're like sticking to us like glue. I have fully got my jacket off now because of all this uphill and the fact that the temperature has arisen. Looks like we're circling around to the left. That was quite a nice little uphill stretch. And we're still going up. Well, we've been coming downhill on this for a little bit. I haven't been taping. Did I mention I have attention deficit disorder? I tend to get in conversations and forget to record. Now you're probably thinking, why doesn't he just leave it going and talk and have his conversations? Well, I don't know. Because when I'm watching hiking videos, I don't want to listen to the conversations I had several years prior about things. I don't know. It just never really occurred to me. Ooh. Well, at least it's not muddy. Troy and I are just talking about hiking the AT and how we can possibly make that happen, and the challenges that it presents and all that. And I think the one thing that I've said, which I'm standing by, is that we're not going to start at Springer because we've already done that. So I'm not backtracking and doing the 130 miles we've already done all over again just to say we did it all in one shot. No. We did that. We're not doing it again. I know some people do it multiple times, whatever, but ultimately I don't know. I leave that up to her, really. I mean, if she wants to do it, of course I'll do it, but I don't want to do it. She's not chiming in. She must not be able to hear me. Or she's got nothing to add. I'm not talking really loud. Don't get drinks down there. Don't go down there. Yeah. We got some creek action again that we just crossed over. We're making our way back the way we came from over on that side. I'm in the lead now. I do believe that we're getting closer now. To the end. Looks like we got some down trees that's been cut up. MDC does a fine job. I believe they This is a state park, so it's hard to find a park in Missouri that's not well maintained. It's much easier to jump over the border to Illinois and find a myriad of parks that are in terrible condition. And a lot of people from Illinois would argue, that's not true. Starved Rock. Starved Rock. And the people who say Starved Rock aren't hikers. Yes, I'm being condescending, but they're not. Starved Rock is an interesting park. Mathiason's an interesting park, but they're tourist parks. They're not hiking. They're not. I mean, you get it, right? I mean, hikers know the difference between touristy parks and good hiking parks. So, trail systems, good trail systems in Illinois are hard to find, especially ones that are maintained. So, it's always my complaint. Whew. I don't know why, this just seems interesting to me.
What, the second?
Yeah. I got to try to traverse this holding a coat in one hand and a phone in the other. Oh boy. At least I don't have to carry a dog on my back. Isn't that right, girl? And yes, I've had to carry her out of a trail once. Look at him following. He's so cute. Everything they tell you about Aussies is true. They are very much intelligent, and they very, very much want to be active, and if they don't get active, they get destructive. But man, they're so worth it. I don't see these boulders. It's pretty cool. Man, it's just really nice down here. All this moss growing on the sides of the rocks. Very, very nice. See? How cool is that? Okay. You know what sounds good right now? Tea, and lots of it.
Coffee.
Huh? Custard and coffee.
Custard and coffee.
I just want some tea. I'm going to be hard pressed to find it. It's a lonely road for the tea drinker. The unsweetened tea drinker. The real tea drinker. Not that sweet tea crap that everyone says is tea. That's just sugar water. Hootie, what are you doing? What are you scared of? I ain't scared of nothing. Except for space heaters. Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, that dog that you see is scared to death of space heaters and vacuum cleaners. A lot of dogs are scared of vacuum cleaners, but he is particularly scared of space heaters. And it's like, I keep telling him, like, it's not going to move. It's not going to, like, come and get you. He won't go anywhere near him. He'll stay on the other side of a room from one and just stare at it. Another little light fall. Ooh. Get it while you can. Don't go down there.
It's slippery. No, Luther, don't go down there. You done?
Good girl.
Okay, you ready to go? Take a little bit of a break.
She's like, we're almost back now. Why would I take a break? Why would I take a break now?
Water feel good on your paws?
It's 12:54. We are on the other side of that creek. Making our way. Hello. Such a peaceful day. I don't know why, I just really enjoy hikes where nobody else is out. Such freedom.
Court.
Okay. I'm coming, Hootie. Jeesh. You know, custard is sounding pretty good. I'm telling you, Deloge is too far away. Huh? No. I can't. I don't have signal. Well, what would you consider close?
20 minutes or less.
What?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Or less.
Fine. Fine. If it's 20 minutes away, we can go to Deloche. Go to Lick's, get our custard. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a custard shop in Deloge, Missouri called Lick's, which is the greatest custard I've ever had in my life. I'd stake my life on it. It is a fantastic place. And I highly recommend if you are in this area, especially around like, you know, because there's so many trail systems in southeast Missouri around this area, around that area that you'd stumble upon it pretty easily. And it's on the main strip when you get off the interstate, or not the interstate highway, so I would highly recommend stopping in. They got a drive-through and everything. And getting yourself some frozen custard. It is delightful. It is delicious. All right, put Luther on leash because I think we're getting close to the parking lot. And so, well, we're getting close to a, yeah, picnic tables, a road. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, I got spinned around by Luther. Yeah, this is like the complete other side, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that answers that question. Somebody parked next to us. So now we know. There was a questionable bit on the trail earlier where I thought it split off and the loop would reconnect there, but nope. So, that was whatever trail this was. What's it called? Boondoggle? Bootlicker? Muddy foot trail. There's a little play area for kids, and there's a pavilion over down there that you can see. And there's the bridge we crossed over to start our hike. You come here in the spring and summer, and all the parking spaces are taken up. And they don't like it when you park in the grass. You get chewed out when you know from experience. I think we parked right here once, if my memory serves. And they were not happy at all. Don't wander off too far. Mooner's Hollow Trailhead. Okay. So Mooner's Hollow Trail. Remember that, John. That concludes our little trip. We hope you enjoyed it. John and Soraya. And now we make our way to Custard, possibly. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you later.